All right, so I've taken all the still photos already, and what I'm doing now is on the video, I like to get the paint meter readings, and as of right now, we're standing about probably about a good 5-6 feet away from the vehicle. So this is the way it presents itself. I don't know if you can see the blemishes on the video, but you can see where there's cracks on the front bumper area, and you can see the fading and the paint scratches and all the blemishes. So let's go ahead and dial it in. Getting the hood readings first. Here. So you can see the paint finish where it's pretty dull and gone. So I think we're focusing on mechanical soundness as opposed to the cosmetics. This paint meter reading reads in the thousandths of an inch. That's 4 thousandths of an inch. If we get a specific reading of 19.7, that's an indication of body filler. That's 3 thousandths of an inch, 3.5. So we're seeing some consistency here. Good, that's good. Front bumper here, we can see just all the stress cracks here on the front nose, down on the spoiler as well. Okay, same here on the left side. I can't actually see the screen as I'm videoing this because of the glare. So hopefully my camera position is capturing everything. Left side of the hood. 2.5, 2.5, and 3. Okay, and again, the clear coat is burnt here. Okay, we see blistering and clear coat failure here on the left fender. Some readings. Oh, okay, I need metal to read. All right, here we can see the stress cracks, right? And then let's take a look at the wheel well area. I like to get as many angles as possible because sometimes I'll miss something on the first pass to pick it up on the second, or when I'm viewing my photos and or the video. The left front rim has a curb rash. The tires were manufactured in 2007, and the tire size is 225/60 R16 98H. And sometimes I can get the brake pad. Let's see if I can get the brake pad. We'll see if that comes up. I have to review the video later. And while I'm down here, I also like to capture the side panels. I'm looking for waviness, dings, and dents. Okay, outside left mirror is intact, not bumping around loose. Windshield, I don't see any obvious cracks or chips. Okay, and I've already got the still photo of the public VIN plate here. While looking down at the dash through the windshield, we'll just take a quick scan here, and we can see where it is cracked here. More in the center of the windshield and actually broken there. Right. Here is a view of the roof line, and also take a look at the glass. I check for scratches, cracks, or chips. Looks good. And the condition of the mirror, they start to get the lamination and blackout, so still looks good there. Okay, left door. Okay. Oh, okay. That's why I'm not getting the readings. All right, so can't get the paint meter readings there. Looks good there. Let's check the quarter panel here. 17, 15. There's that reading I was talking about, the 19.7. So that's an indication that may have some body filler there. Right. Okay, 12.5 and 15. Looking at the left wheel well. Left rear wheel well area. All right, taking a quick look there. And then looking at the tire, don't see any sidewall damage. There is some curb rash, and then there's drum brakes in the rear, so there's no pad to inspect. And then let's just take a quick look at the panels. Same thing, just working our way up and then towards the top of the vehicle. I always like to open the door, see how it opens and closes. Okay, seems like let me put some effort into it. Okay, seems nice and solid. The panels do look aligned and flush with the adjacent panels, so that's always a good sign. Looking at the rear window, I like looking at the defroster lines. I don't see any broken lines. Typically, those get damaged when the windows get tinted and somebody tries to go in there and clean it off. All right, here on the band here, you can see some cracking here. So again, we're just picking up on cosmetic flaws. And let's get some quarter panel readings. 16, 15, 13.5. Okay, we got some good readings there. And then let's just pop open the filler cap. I always just like to look inside. Sometimes I get surprised. Looking at the rear of the vehicle, I look at the taillight lenses. I don't see any cracks in them, or maybe I do. Oh, right there, spoke too soon. Just a small crack right there. I'll be checking the operation of them, make sure that everything works and illuminates. Clear coat damage here on the rear bumper. Again, hopefully the video is picking up on this, and I took the still photos as well. Okay, the lens looks pretty good here. And then looking at the glass here at this angle, working our way down, we can see where the clear coat is completely toast right there. Okay. Antenna is bent, going off to the right. Sometimes you can typically those get bent when you go through those car washes. You can straighten those out, but I won't be doing that today. Because if I snap it, then it's on me. Okay, 5/19, so clear coat damage. Obvious signs of rework, because we can see where it's actually cracked and starting to really show us some workmanship issues there. Okay, and then you can see right here where it's cracked pretty good. So we definitely know that this quarter panel has been worked. Let's get a quick look at the rear wheel well area. All right. And then I'll be capturing the rims as well. Just a little bit of curb rash, and then it's drums as well. So there's no pads to try to look at. Quick look at the side panels. I went too fast there. Let me go a little slower. Right. Looking at the glass, just maybe some kind of overspray here, but I don't see any lamination scratches or chips. Mirror is properly secured. Okay, and the right front fender. Let's take a quick look at the wheel well. And while I'm doing that, I'm looking at the tire. Don't see any sidewall damage, and the rims look pretty good here. And let's see if I can get the brake pad on here. I'll do my best here. All right, I'll have to review that later, and then we'll take one final look as I start stepping back. And I'm about 6 feet away, about 8, and this is what you'd expect to see as it presents itself. This is gonna be my second time starting the car. First time I started it is just for like 30 seconds just to move it back a little bit. But I always like to capture it as a cold start and see what, or at least start it to where you know what to expect when you get it when it's cold. So first thing I like to do is I like to turn on the ignition to where all of the fault lights come on. That tells me that all the lights still work and they haven't been tampered with. So those lights should all come on. Check engine light, brake light, ABS, and whatever fault lights else come on. And then once it does its cycle, they should clear out. So let's turn ignition, check brakes. I see the service engine soon light, security. And let me do that one more time there. Brakes, and then another light down there. Okay, so let's go ahead and start it up. Okay. All right, so the lights are going on. Looks like the airbag light was flashing, but it did go away. Out mileage is 51,580. All right, and then we'll keep an eye on the temperature. We'll see how that moves, so we know it's still cold, if that gauge is working correctly. And oil pressure is just above 60, which is pretty healthy. Okay, and fuel is just above the quarter mark. One of the first things I like to check is actually upon startup is looking at the exhaust, and I'm checking for any smoke coming out of the tailpipe. Right, so I don't see any smoke emitting from the rear end. If it were black, blue, gray, white, that all means something, but in this case there's nothing to diagnose. All right, walking towards the front engine area. Give you a quick little tour here. Okay. I took a look at the brake fluid. The brake fluid looks decent. It is got I had to start the video of the engine again. The phone started to overheat because it's kind of hot outside. So I think I left off on the brake fluid. But yeah, so I did the whole walk around. I checked the front area here for any kinds of impact damage. That looked good. I mentioned already about the brake fluid. I've already squeezed the hoses. They still have some elasticity to them. Firewall looks pretty good. I've checked the power steering fluid. That's a little low on fluid. And engine belt, I took a look at that prior to starting it, and I didn't see any cracks. Checked the engine oil and transmission. That fluid looked good. I also checked for damaged wires. You know, sometimes rodents get in there and they like to chew away at the wires or the hoses. Nothing obvious kind of stood out at me. I can't open this now, but it's too late. I had it on the earlier video that nobody can see now. But I checked for cross-contamination and any bubbling. I didn't see any. I just I'm gonna do it here, and then I turned off the AC this time. Now the engine is quite a bit quieter. And then what I'll do is I'll turn it on now so we can see the difference. That way you're aware of it. And let's get an idea of how the door opens. Okay. Okay, so I hear a humming noise already. And then we'll go back here. And then you hear like that rattle noise now after it's been engaged. I've been road testing the vehicle here for about 2 miles already. One of the things I do notice right away are the tires. They're really rough, or the ride is really rough. Tires are noisy, and if I remember correctly, the tires look pretty knobby. It almost rides like a truck a little bit. So just be mindful of that. It's not the smoothest ride, but again, it might be due to the tires. Also, the shocks are probably shot because anytime I go over a bump, I can hear it bottom out, and it just seems a little bit on the loose side. I've already gone through all the gears. I'm in drive right now. I'll do an acceleration. I'll be quiet here. So mechanically, it seems pretty solid. The transmission was shifting seamlessly, and I'm stopping now. Let me try that again. I hit a bump. That's not fair. So hands off the wheel. It just goes a little bit to the right, but it's not like a mechanical issue where it's like a caliper freezing up. Then hands off the steering wheel now, and it's driving straight. I've also tested the cruise control. I checked all the lights. It looks like the right turn signal is out. Okay, I checked the windshield wipers already, and this one has a really cool feature with the washer fluid. See that? How it just shoots right up. Never seen that before. Kind of cool. All right, but the wipers are working. Right. AC blowing cold heater. I verified the operation of that as well. Radio I've checked. I'm gonna start off on the low gear, and then when I pull away from this light here, I'll go through the gears and I'll probably be quiet. I've already checked the operation of the horn, cruise control. I don't know if I mentioned that already. The power door locks don't work from here, but I'll check the remote. And what else? Windows work, and I've tried the adjustments on all the seats. That's working. This here is a little flappy here, lost its structure. And then this one's not as bad. I've already checked the seat belts. So I'm gonna go and just turn off the video for a second until I get. I'm in first gear now. Second, nice shift. Third, and drive. And this is me right here. So yeah, so it performs well. Good acceleration, transmission shifted without issue, and brakes are operating well. Steering. I thought the fluid was really low, but not so low to where I'm hearing a humming noise. I'm heading back to the seller's house now, but I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the rest of the video.